Some of the most capable executives that I've worked with aren't struggling because they're incompetent. They're struggling because they're carrying something they can't see. One way to think of this is called the Pike effect. Around the 1870s, a group of scientists ran an experiment where they had a fish tank with a piece of glass dividing it into two parts, and one side was the pike fish, a predator. On the other side was its prey, smaller fish. Well, immediately, the pike fish slammed into the glass trying to get its prey, and it would go after it again and again and again until it bladed its nose and broke its teeth. And then at one point, it just quit. It stopped trying. The scientists took the piece of glass out of the center, and the smaller fish swam all around the pikefish, bumped into it, but it wouldn't attack. It wouldn't eat. It starved to death because in its mind, its prey was unattainable. This is why circus elephants don't break their ropes. They're trained as calves by being tied up to a rope with a certain length. A baby elephant learns its boundaries and never challenges them, even when it becomes a fully grown, strong elephant that could easily snap the rope. The problem is that invisible limits often outlast the original obstacle. Humans do exactly the same thing. The difference is that our fences and our ropes are invisible. Here's the problem. Invisible friction never feels like a subconscious program. It feels like reality, routine, or simply the cost of leadership. Think of it like this. Let's say one day you were enjoying yourself hiking on a beautiful forest trail. But maybe as you're climbing a hill, someone behind you notices your backpack is open. So mischievously, they start secretly dropping in rocks. At first, you wouldn't even notice. But eventually, that fun hike would turn into a grind. The hill didn't get steeper. Your legs didn't get weaker. Instead, your carried weight got heavier. Every hidden belief working against you quietly adds weight until leadership feels unnecessarily heavy. Some friction steals hours. Other friction makes every hour feel heavier. Most executives experience both at the same time. Jim was an outstanding CEO who prided himself on going above and beyond. Early in his career, he had to make some tough decisions that caused him to be super vigilant. Now, this had caught up with him, and that weight, that invisible friction, was beginning to take its toll. When he went on vacation, on the plane, he was on his laptop doing reports. Soon as they landed in the hotel, he was connecting to Wi-Fi, sending messages. On the beach with his family, he was turning over corporate problems in his head. Invisible friction was stealing time from him, precious time with his family. Or take Claire. She was a founder who started a nonprofit whose entire purpose was to help people. She wanted to make a difference, to do good in the world, and she was. But before long, she noticed she got irritated really easily. She'd get very angry, very frustrated over little things. No matter what she accomplished, no matter what she did, it wasn't fulfilling. Who she had become didn't match the reason she got into this work. Invisible friction, despite her good intentions, was causing extreme weight. This is why external strategies often fail. Why so many accomplished leaders aren't helped by books, productivity systems, AI tools, or even world-class business coaching. External strategies can only optimize what's visible. If the invisible friction inside the leader remains unresolved, then every new strategy, every innovative tool will eventually run into the same hidden bottleneck. And this explains why smart executives get frustrated. It's not that the tools don't work. It's that they're unknowingly trying to solve an internal problem with external solutions. Remove internal friction and leadership gets lighter. Ignore it, and every new opportunity simply adds more weight. If you're curious about whether or not invisible friction is quietly stealing your executive capacity, let's find out. Use the link to schedule a call.